Yo, what up guys, beside you here. Happy Sunday to you all. I've missed out on a bunch of events going all around in Raid for the entire 1 week or so since last Monday when I went out of town. But in this video, I will be summoning some secret shards to keep up with one of the events I'm still catching up with, which is this fusion event that is going on for this the immovable champion. So I'm still in line with this fusion. I've checked my fragments so far, still at 35, and I've not missed out on anything despite the fact that I've been playing on mobile this entire week, right? So I'm still keeping track with it. One of the ways I'll keep track is by summoning secret shards. Like I said, if you go over there to the tournament or event, it's an event. A summon rush event is going on right here. Since I think it's Friday, it aligns with a progressive chance event to give you some champions, but I am only interested in one of the fragments available here. 5 fragments so far. I didn't release my fusion plan at the beginning of this fusion because I was away, but if you know anything about summon rush, there is no real reason to push all the way for the 10 fragments right here when the fusion plan shows you can get a total of 110 fragments. Forget about the 20, I'm probably covering it. Forget about the 20, you can probably get 110 fragments total. So it's totally fine to skip out on 10 fragments, which is gonna be the one from this 3,200 points for the summon rush. Except you're pushing hard for the progressive chance event champions, then you can go all the way. For me, I will stop right here at 2,050 points. That means just 4 secret shards. If I really want to be stingy with my shards, I probably could do it with mystery shards, but because a champion train is going on right now. But I don't mind summoning the secret shards, so let me start the video with that right after I draw my line though, to make sure. It's a Sunday 11, and there you go. The summon rush is ending tomorrow, so if you've not done it already, make sure you get it out of the way. There's still a second summoning event coming up, and a lot of people did acknowledge that this fusion will require you to summon 2 times. It's not one of those ones where you can skip out on one and do the other. No, a champion chase this time around, that's going to be the second summoning event. So if you are going for this fusion, or you're one of the few people who are going for it, you might want to take that one into consideration when you're summoning your shards this weekend. So let me see the progressive chance event champions. Duchess, my most wanted champion, is up for grabs again. Yes, she's my most wanted champion because that's one champion that's eluded me for so long in raid. I'll add this one because I don't have him at +4 right now on my account. Muslim Mage, still a useful champion, at least in the early game or in some content. Let's confirm and start this off with 4 secret shard summons, which I don't feel so bad about because the last 3 or 4 days I have been getting secret shards. In the first day I got 2 secret shards from the clan boss, and the second day I got 1 secret shard for the clan boss. So for the past 3 days I got secret shards back to back, which was kind of surprising. I posted all that in the screenshots in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord yet, link is in the description. Ambassador Letlin is not one I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to 1 legendary out of 4 secret shards. Will be a nice way to start up my weekday, I guess, weekend. Muslim Mage 25x champion has popped up. Let's keep going. 2 more secret shards to summon to meet my points requirement. And will I get a legendary at least? And the last one, it's gonna be a legendary? No. So nothing exciting in that front, and that's gonna be the 4 shards, just for good measure, to make sure I've gotten the 250 points, 2050 points required. Let me just pull 10 more. And I see the red dots for summon rush. Let's get that out of the way. There's a bunch of news that was dropped while I was away. I'll take a look at every other thing that I may have missed. Hopefully not too much. I will claim this energy right now because I'm currently using it to farm the champion training that is aligning with the dungeon divers that is going on right now. If I pull up the calendar again, you see the champion training just kicked off this morning, this one, and it aligns perfectly with this dungeon divers too. So I'm gonna be using this champion training to farm the dungeon divers. But tomorrow, Monday, once this spider tournament kicks off, I will be going hard on it to use the spider to complete the entire dungeon divers too. Take note, if you skipped out on this extra fragments right here, or it's not really extra, if you skip out on these 10 fragments, you cannot skip out on any other events. Most players wouldn't mind pulling 2 extra secret shards just for a chance to skip out on one of those dungeon divers or artifact announcements, which another one just launched, right? Artifact announcement also just launched. So my plan is not to skip out on any other thing because I'm skipping out on these 10 fragments. If you skip this, you will have to complete every other thing on this calendar right here. That's the fusion update for Ishiyama the immovable, and I'm still keeping track on it despite being a mobile player for this month of May. All right, now what other big thing is happening in raid besides the artifact announcement, dungeon divers, which I'm farming with, the and other things? I see a prism crystal event, one of those prism crystal event, but this time around the champion training has the prism crystal attached to it. You normally don't see this. Normally we see prism crystals in other type of events like the what do you call it now, Phantom Shogun, or the other, Sun Devil Necropolis. But this time around it's in champion training, so it will make most players not want to stop at the 6,350 point mark. It will make you want to go all the way to the 11,000 mark for this champion training. So you have to decide whether you have the time, the energy, the resources to spend to hit that 11,000 mark, because champion training is not usually something you can do in full auto and let it go and it's all done at 11,000. No, it will require some manual input from you, unlike the Sun Devil Necropolis, which we can just load a bunch of energy and let it go to the top point right here. This one will require input. Before even recording this video, I was already running some champion training right here. As you can see, I was checking out the points and I farming food as you should during champion training on full auto, farming 90, 120 3-star champions to 30 and so on, using the help of this automated tool. While I'm here on Sunday, I want to get champion training done today, because if I'm back to my base in the city on Monday, I will not be able to get this champion training done so easily. But I did manage to get the first champion training done on mobile though. That came up on a Monday while I was playing on mobile, and of course you know what that means. You take a bunch of champions, you don't really need to level 50 and 60. That's the fastest way I found to get it done on mobile. A lot of 6 stars was made during this time, and a lot of brews also if I'm on mobile. But if I'm on PC right now playing, I prefer to do it the old-fashioned way of going into the campaign and put a bunch of champions. If I scroll right here, you can see a bunch of champions. I'm currently doing 29 on full auto. But I guess it doesn't really matter with the help of this new super raids, they call it, right? Super raids. I guess you could do it a little bit faster on mobile with multi battles, or even with background battles, where you can even edit the queue and put a bunch of champions in there for them to automatically get levels while you're not even watching the fight, right? You can get it done that way. But I like to save a little bit on the energy by not hitting the max level for each champion I level up, whether it's been 3-star, 4-star, or a 5-star champion. All right, that's for champion training that is going on in this tournament category. I see a red dot. Did I just get something done? I will remember to summon the rest and get that fragments though. Where is the red dot coming from? Anyways, a spider is coming out, like I said, tomorrow. Ice Golem is still going on. I thought it ended already. For those who have not done it, I already done mine. Classic Arena got knocked out in the first day as it launched. And Soul Chase also is going to give us a Prism Crystal. I like this Prism Crystal because I've been lucky enough to get some. But if you go over to your portal, you cannot see it yet. I guess it will take a while. Maybe tomorrow it will launch, and then you can see the champions available in that Prism Crystals. Now it's time for me to go over there to the Playroom or Raid Shadow Legends Discord channel and see some other news that dropped for us in that communication channel right here, which everybody can see, by the way, but I just want to catch up. The first one that I'll catch up on is the promo code that was shared, right? A promo code was shared, Trivial Dungeon, as part of this Trivial Dungeon event that they were doing. 4 content creators came into the studio and they recorded a Raid Shadow Legends trivia amongst them. I've not seen the video yet. I have it open right now. Right after this video is posted, I will go over there to Twitch or do a dual stream on Twitch and YouTube and catch up with all the other things I can put into one video right here. That by that I mean I might end up watching this video with you guys live on stream to see if we know the answers to these trivia questions and so on. Maybe give my reaction to this video because I've not seen it. Another piece of information I missed out on is this Raid Shadow Legends Faction Wars hard mode update that is coming. So I will be watching this one in this video because it's just 4 minutes long, so it's not gonna be a bad one to just catch up on, to know what, because that's the biggest thing in Raid that we are all expecting. Faction War hard mode. I don't even know whether the mythical champion they are giving as the reward for this Faction War is gonna be worth it but I want to also take a look at the champion skills also maybe live on stream. I also saw some information about a champion rebalance for 2 champions that I own. One of them being this chicken. Yes, I call him a chicken and not the other name. Gallius Bloodcrest. And I have 2 copies of him. For some reason, I got a duplicate mythical champion. That's not one I even want a duplicate for. Not like I even want a mythical champion duplicate for any of them. I want always a separate one whenever I get mythicals. But I have 2 copies of this dude and I hear he's rebalanced. Hopefully I'll check it out on the stream to see whether it's going to be all of a sudden crazy good in one content or the other, because right now I have him built but I do not use him. This champion from the Skinwalkers, Norog, also got a little bit of love from Playrium this time around for the champion rebalance for the month of May, and the skills are right here. If you've not seen it yet, I have not taken a closer look at him. And then the mythical champion, everybody is expecting to add to their roster if they can beat the challenges that is coming up in this faction wars hard mode that is coming up. So let's talk about that and let me give my reaction to this faction war video, because like I said, I've not seen it. I want to see what's coming, whether it's going to be what all the effort that we're going to spend rebuilding champions, all the strategy and thinking we have to put into beating this new game mode, this new hard mode of a content we already have had for a long time, which is very welcome. It's a new challenge and it's welcome, even if we don't know even if I don't know whether the rewards will be worth it yet. But definitely I hear there's going to be some relics, not just glyphs this time around, some relics that you can add to your champions and give them more stats, special relics that will be only obtainable from this content, I guess, by beating this. And then the conditions for beating them is not just beat them successfully and get 3 stars. No, this time around the conditions are a little bit more strict in terms of the type of champions and what you have to do to beat the stages. Let's see what they have to say about it.
Everyone, it's time for another update preview video, and this time we're covering Faction Wars' new hard difficulty.
Okay.
There are new rewards and reworked bosses, so sit tight and let's dive into it. You're already familiar with the concept thanks to the introduction of hard mode dungeons. Select the harder difficulty and you'll get greater rewards for completing stages. With Faction Wars, the crypt stages will be far more challenging, but you won't unlock it until you've completed Faction Wars on normal difficulty and recruited Lydia the Death Siren. If more factions are released in the future though, anybody who's already unlocked hard difficulty will retain access to it. You'll just need to clear the new faction's normal mode before you can access it on hard. Oh, and you'll be able to enter Faction Wars on hard using the same crypt keys.
Alright, that's kind of important. We thought there's going to be a different key altogether, but if you still have 12 keys to spend per day, that means you cannot beat normal and hard with the same key. You have to choose where you want to spend your key, just like we currently do for this other endgame content, where we have the same set of keys that we can use in the hard mode or the normal mode. And that's the Corsair City. You only have 8 keys for the day. You can choose where you want to spend it. Normal, 8 keys. It's not like a different set of keys. If you use your 8 keys on normal, you cannot use the same 8 keys on hard. So that's pretty straightforward, I guess, but I just want to mention it. And then a look at the rewards also that is on this side. The material drops, like I said, we are getting glyphs. The quality of the glyphs that we're getting, hopefully it is improved. It's not just the normal glyphs. Maybe this one gives you only higher rated glyphs, not the lower 1-star, 2-star glyphs that we normally see on other levels. At a higher level, you still get 4 stars. Hopefully this one gives us 5 and 6-star legendary high level glyphs, and then the material drops also that you can use to fuse. Perception ones are still there. The other and the new items you can fuse all here also. I have to see it in game when it launched.
Good thing the Crypt Keepers haven't changed the locks. The schedule will also remain the same across both difficulties, so no confusion there. And that's all there is to the basics of Faction Wars on hard difficulty. But there's a bit more than tougher enemies for you to contend with. First up, there's a separate chain of rewards for faction.
Now that's important. That's really, really important. The amount of energy, the special relic crafting material. You now have some oils in there. Silver. I don't know who needs silver at this level, who is fighting hard mode, but okay. And then some primal shard also is in there. Now the rewards will be way more than this, we know that. But at the end right here, we can see the mythical champion as the reward, which everybody in raid, every endgame player in raid would want to pick up immediately. Because if you know anything about raid, this type of champions you work so hard to get, they are usually unique in their kit, in their skill set. And now this one being a mythical is also, hopefully it's better than any mythicals we currently have, since we have to work so hard for it. Maybe we already have the champions, the gear, but now to meet the battle conditions will be what it means to work hard for it. They didn't just want to add a bunch of HP to these stages, a bunch of speed to them so we can, need better gear, but now they needed other conditions. So it might make you want to use epic champions in your faction war stages instead of a bunch of legendaries, which we all have, I think, if you're fighting this stage.
Wars challenges on hard. It won't be quite as simple as before to get them, though.
Nope.
Clearing a stage with no losses will only net you
2 stars
instead of 3 this time around. That 3rd star will have stage-specific
unique conditions,
which will be able to check on the team selection screen for that stage. Or
we're already seeing something like this now, because that's what most content is all about in raid. I still use this as an example again, where it's limits you. This one is already limited what you can use by default, by graying out some other champions you cannot use. So if the champion does not meet the conditions that is set out here, it can't let you use it. But in faction war hard mode, even when the conditions are not met, they still let you fight the faction wars and get your 1 star or 2 stars, right? So, but if you want the 3 stars, you will have to meet those battle conditions, like they say, in order to, get the 3 stars. And that's where the challenge now begins.
In the info pop-up on the team selection window before diving into battle. Tap the 3-star conditions drop-down menu, choose the faction you need, and check the challenges for that faction crypt.
That's a lot of steps to see the challenges, though. Shouldn't it just be obvious? I guess it's different for every faction. Place 10 provoke debuffs in stage 1. So it doesn't matter first wave, second wave. So you must bring a provoker, probably AoE provoker in stage 1. So the challenge starts from stage 1. It doesn't just say at a particular stage the limits and the rules apply. It happens to all the stages, even the boss stages, which will definitely be a lot tougher. Do we have conditions for the boss stages?
Some stages will require you to manipulate enemy skill cooldowns.
Some stages.
Some will task you with slaying your foes without letting them heal. Perhaps you'll need to land killing blows when your enemies have no buffs. The challenge is
21. Clear the stage in 200 turns. Clear the stage in 150 turns. So that's the only conditions for the boss stages, which is nice. We don't have to meet other requirements for all those boss stages. Now we are seeing this as something that will be a little bit more challenging and difficult, but I bet you if you're a super endgame player, these challenges will be something you can easily get done. If you play in on manual, I guess they don't want us to come in here and put it on auto and beat this content too fast, I guess. So 200 turns will require you to bring your A game and get it done fast if you have good builds on your champions.
are tough, but we've chosen them carefully to suit each faction's roster of champions. Conquering these challenges will be worth it, though. Clearing all stages with 3 stars in hard mode allows you to recruit Polera Fireheart, a brand new mythical from the Sacred Order, as well as a bunch of other goodies. We'll release a dedicated champion spotlight to showcase Polera's skill kit soon. Don't miss.
Now, other content creators have already done videos about this champion to showcase, I think, from the test server, who have access to test server, to showcase whether she's going to be good or not. And I don't know yet until I guess I see her in game if she's worth it. But they did release this information right here where you can easily see her skill set to see whether you find her useful or not, right there. So you can already read a kit and all that and see whether she will be one that is worth adding to your teams. I'll check this out on stream later when I go live on stream. For now, let's just see other information they have to share about this content.
Miss it. Oh, and remember the tainted bosses we introduced to the hard mode dungeons?
Yep.
Well, Say hello to the Tainted Faction Crypt Keepers.
Tainted
Each one
again.
will have a particular focus that affects the battle in a different way. For example, Tainted Protector will revive his minions, buff them, and wreak havoc upon your team. Tainted Dueler, on the other hand, will reflect damage, transfer all debuffs from himself to your champions, and then smack them really hard. We won't spend time here diving into their skills and the tactics you'll need to beat them, but we'll post dedicated boss guides in-game when the feature goes live. Just tap the handy icon in the team selection screen.
Boss guide will tell you everything you need to know.
Back to the rewards. You'll be able to get goodies such as artifact and craft materials that you already know, and glyphs, including brand new rare, epic, and legendary ranks.
Now, even if the rewards are not totally worth all the time and effort, most players will still see this new challenge as something new to do in raid and go for it anyways. Even if the champion is not all she's meant to. Just like Lydia is definitely a game changer, this one should definitely be a better game changer than other mythicals we have right now. So we are hoping not just the rewards that, will not be okay, but at least a new challenge like this will be one to easily get done. And of course, you don't want people to get it done in just too easily, so and then they get bored that there's no new content in raid. So this one will take us, I say, a month or two. Depends on how long it takes for those factions to open and how many keys you have to spend per day. Maybe 2 or 3 months to get everything done by players who can meet all those conditions.
6 glyphs. These new glyphs will be usable on all existing stats that glyphs cover, but can only be used on rank 6 gear.
Hold on, I missed something about the glyphs.
But can only be used on rank 6 stats that glyphs cover. 6 glyphs.
Okay, so we are not getting lower glyphs in this one. So no 4-star, no 5 stars. That's a good one. That's a good inspiration also. I was just talking about the rewards. So these are definitely better.
These new glyphs will be usable on all existing stats that glyphs cover, but can only be used on rank 6 gear.
Yeah.
The stat bonuses they provide will be greater than what you've seen before. So save them for your best gear.
Because wait, that just give a bunch of? So my gear that already has max speed can even get more speed? Okay, now that's different. That's new. I tell you, I'm missing out on a bunch of information. If I don't watch this video, I probably wouldn't know about this right now. I'm looking for a champion that is not in the vault. Close this. Glyphs. So it will be a little bit different than this, because this is looking like the last time they put out this information, I did ask if this is already legendary, whether they're going to change the border on this one so we can clearly tell the difference between these ones and the new ones that are coming. I guess they'll do that, and these ones will look more like a rare glyphs that gives normal stats. Massively increases attack stats 3 to 8. The glyphs is already reading differently than before. I've never really clicked it to see it reads like this. Anyways, it's clearly telling you, but I'm more interested in the speed ones. Where are the speed ones? If it's currently at 3 to 8, maybe the new ones we get from hard mode will give what, 8 to 16, double the amount of speed. Damn. Expect a bunch of arbiters and CFs to begin to go a lot faster than before, and this makes you catch up with the speed requirement from raid bosses and content in general in any new content that is coming up with these new glyphs. I can see the speed there also. I wish they'll show how much stats speed legendary one will add.
You'll also earn rewards for clearing hard mode stages 7, 14, and 21 in each crypt for the first time. Same as on normal difficulty. Don't forget there's also a brand new reward chain along the bottom of the Faction Wars main window to earn as you progress through hard mode. You already know about Polera Fireheart, but before you reach that final milestone reward, there are shards, soul stones, skill tomes, and plenty more awaiting you. That's not all though. Hard mode stages also drop relics materials whenever you complete them, and not just your usual relics either. We're introducing a brand new group of relics specifically for Faction Wars. We'll be adding 8 new relics in total, 2 for rare, epic, legendary, and mythical rarities. Our developers had some fun coming up with this batch.
I'll tell you the truth, I'm not so crazy about relics. There, I said it. I'm not so crazy. I know the stats they add to your champion gear and everything can be significant. They can also add a little bit of new functionality to your champions, you know. So that's a good one. All in all, is good. But from somebody who has been playing for many years without them, seeing them now in raid doesn't feel like I should definitely get them. The same cannot be said about blessing. The same cannot be said about masteries. But I guess there are champions who you can always use in content without any of those extra stats, just their basic gear on them. But I guess if you want the best of the best out of your champions, you have to take advantage of all these new things that is being added to raid to give them more stats, new functionality, more survivor, and crazy retaliation things they can do to the enemies, and if you have the right relics on them. So definitely worth taking a look at them to see one out of all these new relics that you want to focus and get to the max for at least one or two of your champions.
There's one that'll remove all buffs from the wearer at the end of their
There
turn,
you go.
but deal increased damage according to the number of buffs removed.
Wow.
If extra turns are your thing, there's another relic coming that'll increase your chances of getting an extra turn when you've got any active skills on cooldown and the wearer's default skill. One of these new relics also comes with a fancy new debuff, which will play havoc with champions that decide to use active skills. Keep your eyes peeled on our social media, folks. We'll be releasing detailed infographics detailing all 8 relics coming as part of this update. And that's everything for this preview. Don't forget to complete any existing faction crypts you've still got unfinished. Be sure to like the video and hit subscribe to the official Raid Shadow Legends YouTube channel to stay up to date on all.
I'm definitely staying up to date. At least I'm trying to. Yeah, but that's all good for those who are... You're not a fan of ongoing fusions like this. Definitely when this new content comes up, you might want to take a look at it and see how you can beat it. I am still not done with the Cursed City as a new content. That's how long this type of new content can take you to get done if you're not really putting a lot of effort and time into it. I'm still trying to get all my way done to this highest level and get it done. Depends on how many hurdles I see along the way. So this is still my top priority. So when this faction war comes up, I will get the earlier stages done. If I get stuck, I get back to this other content, which gives me some awesome rewards that I can use to maybe increase my chances of getting mythical champions, right? So that's why I always go for these ones first as a priority, including beating the boss when I get my 3 keys every rotation. So when this one comes up, we'll add it to the roster of things we need to do. Cursed City, then what do you call it now? Hard mode faction wars comes up next. I think I've caught up with everything that I missed out in raid. Let me quickly see again. Trivia Dungeon promo code, make sure you get it done and use. The rebalance for these 2 new champions, and of course the other raid highlights they announced right here, including one more right here. We'll add 100 unlockable slots to the champion collection and 100 unlocked slots to the reserve vault. So if you're still at that level where you're maxed out on everything and you've bought all the available storage, 100 more is coming up for you to buy with your gems or your silver. It's gonna cost a lot though. And other things, leaderboard, faction war, relics, miscellaneous, instant boil point. I found this a little bit of confusing. I'll have to see it in battle to see how this is now working now. Damage inflicted will count for buffs, debuffs, and other effects. Somebody has to explain that to me, or in practical terms to see how it works. All right, that's all I found on the raid news or raid announcements from Monday till now that I missed out on, that I wanted to take a look at. Is there any other one besides this Trivia Dungeon and the faction wars and of course the fusion update? I don't think so. I'm still caught up with everything, I guess. So I guess I'll see you guys within the week when I pre-record some videos this Sunday and schedule them to post within the week. Make sure you engage with those ones till I'm back in town next weekend. All right, like, subscribe for more daily, not so daily anymore, but more weekly raid Shadow Legends content till I get back at the end of this month. And for now, I'm going over to Twitch and maybe YouTube to do a Sunday live stream before I go out of town. Later, guys.